Look, Season 5 of Rick and Morty has not been my favorite run of episodes. Entertaining, sure, but of the 8 episodes that have been released thus far, I've only really enjoyed half of them as much as I've enjoyed episodes from Seasons 1 through 4. And although I am a sucker for lore and story-driven episodes, that is far from the only thing I've come to Rick and Morty for. Total Rick-All would not be my favorite episode if that was the case. That being said, however, rewatching the Season 4 finale right before jumping to this episode, I couldn't help but to wonder, why didn't they break out this episode much sooner in the season? Because it flows perfectly. Rickternal friendship of the spotless Mort saw Rick Sanchez try to retrieve Birdperson from his, well, own mind? As Birdperson would rather die in a comatose state than face a world without Tammy. While I do want to dig into the revelation of Birdperson's daughter, we're gonna focus on the major revelation that came from Memory Rick. One that completely recontextualizes everything we know about Rick and Morty. Everything we know about Rick Sanchez. Our Rick Sanchez. And the implications of how Rick truly feels about his daughter. And why the creation of Clone Beth actually runs a lot deeper than what we initially believed. Before we dive in, if you want to stay in the loop with the rest of our Rick and Morty content, ranging from theories to discussions, then subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss a single video. The biggest open secret in Rick and Morty since Season 1 has been the extremely obvious fact that the Rick Sanchez we follow does not originate from C-137. Our Morty might, but there's great inconsistency between Rick coming back into Beth's life when she has a family and Rick's own memories, such as holding baby Morty in his arms. Fast forward to this newest episode, and the younger Memory Rick casually drops a massive bombshell to the audience. After Rick explains to his younger self that Morty is a hypothetical grandson that they go on adventures with, younger Rick gets pissed, claiming that his future self is one of those creeps who moves in with an abandoned adult Beth. Rick tries to explain himself, only for Memory Rick to assert, "You live with a version of our dead daughter." Quite the jaw-dropping line of dialogue that is brushed off and never addressed again for the remainder of the episode. Although it is worth mentioning this episode has another Rick exclaim, "Killing us won't bring her back," which could still be referencing Beth, or it could be a nod towards Rick's wife, Diane Sanchez. Considering the age of this Rick, which we can assume he is in his 30s more or less, if Beth is already dead, then that means our Rick never had a Morty, he never had a Summer, and he probably never met Jerry. This may immediately call into question Rick's fake origin story in the Rick Shank redemption, and if that backstory was truly a lie at all, to which I have to say, I still believe that backstory is fake, even if Diane and Beth still died. And my supporting evidence is Mr. Nimbus. We can assume that when the two had their rivalry, Rick was already, well, Rick? And he wasn't some stand-up guy who was ruined by a life-changing event. After all, Mr. Nimbus did reference Diane. It's implied he knew her in the heyday of his rivalry with Rick. And while Nimbus also implied Rick has gotten worse since then, I don't think Rick would have started a rivalry if he already wasn't a little bit of an asshole. Memory Rick also already seems to have extensive knowledge on the multiverse and presumably the Council of Ricks, as again, he called out Rick for moving in with an abandoned adult Beth, which would also mean at this point in time, he may have already been tempted with the idea of switching universes, but was yet to fully commit. How does this recontextualize everything we know about Rick and Morty? Simple. By ditching Diane and Beth, they get to live. Rick departed their lives, so whatever threat that was after him, that caused Beth and Diane to get caught in the crossfire, no longer had a reason to come to their household. Despite how much it fucked her up, Rick leaving may have saved Beth's lives in countless dimensions. Our Rick, whether if he knew it or not, is a grim example of what happens if Rick doesn't abandon Beth. Does this mean every Rick out there knew that if they didn't leave, Beth would die? I don't think so, but I also wouldn't rule it out as a possibility. This also explains why Rick does care so much about Beth. Why it did tear him up on the inside when he realized how terrible of a father he truly is. Why he loathes Jerry and longed for Beth to find someone better. This could even put into perspective why Rick loves going on adventures with Morty and Summer so much. Rick got to spend time with Beth as a child. He gets to spend time with her as an adult. But Morty and Summer are in those in-between years he missed out on. This allows him to compensate for lost time, ensuring the kids don't miss out on what Beth missed out on. Considering Beth marrying someone like Jerry was probably a nightmare scenario for Rick, I could see why he would attempt to provide them with a little more guidance. even when he fails. Which morally is a lot. He lost his Beth. So every Beth is important to him, including clone Beth. At this point, I don't think Rick prevented the two Beths from killing each other because he didn't know which one was which, but for a harsher truth, he didn't want to see his daughter die again. Every Beth is important. That's why Rick cherishes his relationship with Morty so much. Morty is the grandson he'll never truly have, because no Morty will truly belong to him. But every Morty is a reminder of what he could have had if he just did something else that could have saved Beth's life. But although we have one answer, questions have been raised in its place, such as, how many other dimensions did Rick inhabit before settling on C-137? Why did he settle on C-137 in the first place? Is C-137 Rick dead? Or is he missing in action? Poised to eventually return to Earth, only to find it Cronenberged? I guess only time will tell. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. What do you think? How did you feel about this startling Rick revelation? And do you have any further theories on the origins of Rick Sanchez? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for more of my own thoughts, you can find me at OstricFox. We're also on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See you later!